Greetings, welcome to Sophie's Voice. I just wanted to speak today about the awful situation that is unfolding on our soil in Australia. A very sad I was going to say day, but it's not today, but a sad day, as in we're moving through something very sad today with this awful terror attack happening in Bondi. Yeah, what can we say? It's awful. There's no other word for it. And, we're seeing all this kind of thing all over the world in the news all the time. But to see it come to Australia is pretty awful. So we're pretty laid back kind of country, Australia, and we're pretty much a live and let live kind of country. I grew up, I've never experienced myself anti-Semitism or, from myself or any of my family members or, racism, sure, I think it's a fairly deeply held human, natural response, racism to some degree or other. But never any real serious racism, but certainly not specifically anti-Semitism. So I don't know if other people have experienced that in their world in Australia or elsewhere. But I think most modern people want to get on with each other. I've had a real fascination and love of the Jewish culture. I love to explore cultures generally. That is my temperament. I love exploring other cultures and looking at interesting things. Sorry, my brain's a bit scattered. I'm trying to bring my thoughts together. But yeah, particularly Judaism for me is a great fascination because I'm a Bible lover. I love the Bible. I love going deep. I love the culture. I find it fascinating. But just in recent years, I've been concerned with starting to identify that there's something more to what's going on in our modern world in relation to what Zionism is, and starting to dig under the surface of what the situation in the Middle East is. It's that I've come out of it with a bit of a different picture. So it's complex, and a lot of people got a lot of complex feelings around these issues and what's going on. But there's straight away Benjamin Netanyahu's coming out and wanting to use this in a political way to, it's been quite threatening. I don't know what I did with it. What would I have done with it? I had him talking, he made it quite a threatening kind of, when he spoke to our Prime Minister, it was like, I told you, I warned you if you didn't do something, because he had recognized the state of, because he had recognized Palestine. Sorry, I had to rush in the end because I got so absorbed in looking for things that were of interest, and it's a bit of a moving target at the moment. Of course, there's lots of things coming up in the news, and when we go out there and have a look. So the twist in the story, of course, is the guy who jumped in and wrestled the guy, one of the shooters, to the ground, and took his gun away from him. And that's been a real plot twist because even Netanyahu, when initially he comes out, this footage of him speaking in Hebrew and saying that it was a Jewish man who did that, but he had to correct that because it was actually a Muslim guy. So this, I think, helps us to bring everything back into perspective, because I think there's people on all sides who want to use this to try to fire people up for political means, to sort of direct strong feelings in a direction. And we've experienced that with lots of different things that have gone on. 9/11 is a huge one that comes to mind. But these times where everyone's in distress, everyone's shocked, emotions are high, and particularly when there's this backdrop of intense feelings about Israel and Palestine and Islam and Judaism, and that nefarious forces want to harness those feelings, those emotions, because there's a lot of power in that, and you can change things. There's already talk about changing laws around guns. So it's not necessarily that that's a bad thing, but to do it in the heat of the moment, I think, is bad. So I think we as Australians need to not allow ourselves to be swept along with passion. Feel what's going on, feel how awful it is and how distressing it is to see innocent people enjoying something beautiful, like a religious celebration, and celebrating the light coming into the darkness, and to see that violated in such an inhumane way is, we've got to go through that. Sorry, I've got cats and grandmas in the background. Come on, brain. Come on, you can do this. So I just wanted to, so the twist in the plot is, I'm ugly, is the Muslim guy acting like a heroic human being. So that just puts it, like, it just sort of throws a cog in the works for being able to turn this into a black and white, like, Jews are being persecuted, Muslims are horrible people, they're all going to do horrible things like this because it's written into their religion, and they're just horrible. And and there you have a Muslim guy risking his own life to stop this from happening. Now, obviously, he didn't necessarily know what was going on, but he behaved like a human being. And that's what we've all got to do. Like, let's behave like human beings. And people were straight away, like people on the Jewish side of things, and particularly, I think, a lot of ordinary Jewish people feel very threatened. Obviously, it would feel horrible to feel Jewish at a moment like this. So I sympathize. But they're straight away saying, see, you guys, you sympathize with the Palestinians, and now look what you've done. You've sort of caused this, is this the sort of thing you want? But I was thinking, that's crazy, because, all the people I know who are sympathetic to Palestine, it's this very type of thing that is so distressing that it has caused them to go out of their way, out of their normal peaceful lives, to say, no, we don't agree with this. It's exactly this kind of thing of seeing innocent people mowed down and having their lives destroyed when they're just trying to live their life. So yeah, that doesn't ring true. That's like, yeah. All right. So all right, come on, I really am. It's because I know people are coming home soon, and I've only got this little bit of time, and I've been trying so hard to think of all the things I want to say. So here's Albanese's recognition of the guy who, hang on, let's just do that. So here it is. He's just saying, sorry. Yeah, Ahmed, your heart is strong, your courage is inspiring. In response, Ahmed put his hand on his heart and says, thank you very much. The PM posted the video with the caption, Ahmed, you are an Australian hero. You put yourself at risk to save others, running towards danger on Bondi Beach and disarming a terrorist. In the worst of times, we see the best of Australians. And that's exactly what we saw on Sunday night. On behalf of every Australian, I say thank you. So I reckon that's pretty good. And I just wanted to show you his mama. I think I have to mute me while I'm doing this or I get a echo. So
ابني هيك من نوع عنده هيك شجاع يعني يساعد الناس بيحب هيك ولا هون عم بيموتوا قتل عم تروح ارواح وقام اجى خلص البارودي واخذها منه وقامت اجت الطلقات من وراه ما شايفهم. والحمد لله لهيك ولا غير شكل يعني نترجى من الله هيك الله يعني ينقذ لنا اياه ان شاء الله.
لما انطلق طوي بهالعمل هذا ما كان مفكر مين ما كانت الإنسان اللي عايب يموت بالشارع، ما كان مميز بين جنسي وجنسي، خاصة هون بإسرائيل لا يوجد تمييز بين أي مواطن معه الجنسية الإسرائيلية، والحمد لله دافع عن الناس البريئة.
All right. Let me just get back in there. You don't want that. Let's come back to me. Hello. And I got my sound back on. Good. Yeah, so that's his parents there. And I think, yeah, as I say, if you're wanting to make a sort of pure Zionist kind of propaganda, that's not going to work with images like that and thoughts like that of, hello. All right.
Hello, Hannah. Hello. Just watch over here that you don't trip. Do you want to pull the wire so that his feet is just here?